Are we live? I think we're live. Every little bit we might need to check it, but I think we're live.
Alright. So, actually, I'll check up on it real quick, just to make sure.
Check up on it.
But
I hope
is it on the actual channel?
it's on the actual channel.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright, I'm not subscribed to it, but, like, I'm just gonna look.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
Right.
But ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, guys? Bag on Bats here, right next to
White and Mild.
And today,
we are starting our first Big Boys podcast.
Yes, on the channel, the Big Boys Podcast channel. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, like the live stream. Yeah, like the live stream. Leave a comment, and if somewhere along there's a comment, we will read it and we will answer it.
That's Sniper Wolf. She's hot.
Dude, Sniper Wolf is hot. Sniper Wolf, you hot. Sniper Wolf, you hot. We cover about 10 to 15 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes of current news-wise, some lighthearted stuff, even some lighthearted stuff here. Just to cover. So yeah, since this is technically the first episode. Last night we put out an episode. It just wasn't that good. So hopefully this time around it's better. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But some news. So for those of you who are fans of the NBA games, NBA 2K games, NBA 2K19, the devs on their website posted new features in the 2K game, 2K19 game, and if you're a My League fan like I am, and a My GM fan like I am, they have on tab for everyone every draft class since 1976. Now there's ones before in like 1960, 65, and that. Overall, yeah, I think that would work. It's live streaming.
Alright.
Okay, yeah. Overall, I think it would work and stuff. So you can, if you're playing My League right now, and you want to throw in the 1984 draft class with Hakeem Olajuwon, John Stockton, and Michael Jordan, then man, oh man, you can do that in the NBA today with LeBron James and Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan, all the greats. Russell Westbrook, forgot to name him. But yeah. But anyways, do you have any other news you want to cover?
No, I don't believe so. Should we cover the movies?
We'll cover movies
since we didn't.
Yeah. But real quick before anything, me personally, and I don't know about you, I think you personally as well. My thoughts and prayers go out to Demi Lovato.
Yep. He's currently in a very
critical condition
after a heroin overdose. So
yeah. I hope the best for you. Hope you can come out of this strong and everything.
Thoughts be with her.
Stay with the fight. I mean, you got this.
All right. So in other news, movie news.
Movies.
In particular, so we've seen 3 or 4 new trailers.
Venom.
We've seen Venom. We've seen Shazam. We've seen Aquaman. And
there's a Glass trailer. If you've seen, that's an M. Night Shyamalan film. It's a sequel to Split, which I loved. I love Split and Unbreakable. So that's gonna be fun. Godzilla. Not really a big fan of Godzilla. And then is stuff working? It's working.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then there's the Joker film, which we'll get to later. And at points where I do talk to him like off, like not as like loud and stuff, is because we're checking the live stream and stuff. Because yesterday we did have a lot of issues with this and stuff. But just again, it's a part of the live stream and everything. So
part of the process.
Yeah. So don't get too annoyed, hopefully. But anyways, let's start with particularly my favorite, my second favorite, my favorite trailer, the Venom trailer, or Venom in whole. You know, Venom, the main villain, probably the better villain of the Spider-Man's rogue gallery. There's just something about this movie I'm looking forward to. It's something about Tom Hardy, I think.
Yeah.
That puts
the character.
Yeah. That puts it into perspective. Tom Hardy playing Venom, I think. Because I like Tom Hardy's acting. The Mad Max films and Dunkirk, I really liked him in. As much as I couldn't understand him, I still liked him as Bane.
Well, he does. Because Bane, the whole point is you're supposed to portray him with your eyes and your physical expression, not necessarily speech. But I think, I
think it's going to be harder to portray him as well because, there's not. For all we know, there's no Spider-Man in the film. There might be.
There has to be. I mean, to an extent, you know, maybe it's not.
Maybe
like
it's a nod, like Spider-Man's not. They said the director said Spider-Man exists in the universe. Is that the Spider-Man in the Avengers films, or is that? I don't know. But overall, I think this movie, it does look funny. It does look scary. It looks fun though. Out of everything, it looks like you're gonna have fun, edge of your seat action, and he's fighting 6 different symbiotes, which I think is great.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm looking forward to see Avengers. Yeah, Venom. I'm looking forward to see Avengers, more like Defenders. Inside joke. But I am looking forward to see Venom. It has to be better than Eric Foreman, right? It has to be better. I don't know. Red Foreman put a foot up his ass. I don't know.
Put a foot up.
You're up point placing out of Venom. Time to get a foot up there.
All right. Then Aquaman.
Oh man, Aquaman, dude. Oof. The beautiful Amber Heard as Queen Mara. Man, the beautiful Jason Momoa. No.
That is a beautiful man.
Yeah. Jason Momoa looks great as Aquaman. One of the more redeeming qualities
definitely.
of Justice League,
Definitely.
if you ask me, was Jason Momoa. I think they're working around Ocean Master being portrayed by, or is it King Orm? No, it's King Orm, right?
Yeah.
Being portrayed by Patrick. What's that name? And Willem Dafoe's in the film too as one of the gatekeepers, I think. I like Willem Dafoe. I don't really see a problem with him. He was, again, if you don't know Willem Dafoe, Green Goblin in Spider-Man 1, and then if you've seen the John Wick films, he was John Wick's buddy in the first John Wick. So, there's other movies I know he's been in, but that's just off the top of my head. But I think overall it'll be good. What do you think?
I think that the trailer definitely looks like I think it's gonna be a solid movie. You know, especially for me. You know, I'm not a big superhero movie kind of guy, but I do think that the trailer looks pretty solid and it's got a good cast. You know, I'm definitely gonna go see it.
I think that's the big thing. Like I think Marvel does this better, but I think DC's starting to realize, like, hey, a lot of our people who go see these comic book movies are not comic book fans. They're just they're comic book movie fans, not comic book fans.
Yeah.
Like Marvel does a great job with the Avengers films and the Captain America films.
Yeah.
My uncle and I, stuff, but audience.
Yeah.
So DC has a bad track record with this. Don't get me wrong, it worked well with the Dark Knight trilogy. It worked extremely well. They knew the nods, but for the general audience member, they didn't care. They just cared that it was a good film and one of the best trilogies of all time.
Definitely.
With DC now, look at Man of Steel. I love Man of Steel. I don't get the hate, but I absolutely love it. That's more of a comic book fan type of film. If you're a comic book movie fan, you're not going to like the film. Batman v Superman again. I love Batman v Superman. Love it. Every bit of it. But for you, because you're the comic book movie fan, you might not like it as much as I did.
Yeah.
Suicide Squad. I wouldn't say I loved the film. It was
doable.
It was doable.
And that's my stance on it too. I think that it was doable. It wasn't like the greatest movie ever made, but it was definitely.
What I will say though, very bold statement. I like Jared Leto as the Joker for the 10 to 15 minutes I saw him at. When I saw him, but I think he has a bright future as the Joker, and he is getting his own Joker film too. There's like 2 Joker films coming out, which I'm stoked about. Which leads me to Joker. Joaquin Phoenix as the Joker. Robert De Niro has been officially confirmed now. Playing a character, I don't know. Again, mob boss, hopefully.
We'll see. That's kind of his stereotype.
And I think overall, like, well, what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think. You as fans, comic book fans or comic book movie fans, tell me what you think about this Joker movie. If you're gonna like it. If you see the camera moving and stuff, it's because White and Mild is behind the camera right now.
Yeah, the camera angle's weird. I'm trying to, work it out a little bit.
All good though?
Yeah, it's just getting a little messed up, so I'm trying to
But I want to know: are you a comic book fan, and you enjoy the comic book movies? Or are you strictly a comic book movie fan and you don't care about the comic books? If so, what do you think about this Joker movie? It's a bold take. We've never really seen with the exception of Venom right now, we've like with a well-known comic book villain have his own solo film. We've never really seen that before.
Yeah.
And with Joker, if you ask me, probably the most iconic villain of all time. One of
them, yeah.
One of
the
the
most
definitely
iconic villains.
definitely top 10. Like you think of villains, you think Darth Vader, you think Hannibal Lecter, you think Joker.
No, it depends on if you're spanning out, if it's a comic book villain or whatever. But either way,
Yeah.
definitely one of the more iconic characters in cinema.
Yeah.
And so I think that covers it for the movies, right?
Shazam.
Yep, Shazam. Okay, so first of all, John Cena should have been in it.
No, exactly. Well, they probably just couldn't find him.
Yeah, you know,
Just
that's the
couldn't see him.
difficult part with casting him is that you can't like see, you don't know if he's there
Well,
or not.
Nickelodeon found him really well.
Whatever.
Whatever.
That's Nickelodeon. Whatever. I don't know. But but it does. I think Shazam definitely a more family-friendly movie in comparison to a Venom or something like that.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, it still looks like a good movie.
It can't be more light-toned than Justice League. Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't see Justice League. So I don't
Just
know about all that,
don't.
but-
Just don't.
Just don't. Well, it's been out for a while. If I was gonna see it, I would have gone
Just,
ahead.
I wouldn't even recommend even if it was on Netflix for free. I only
Is it that bad?
Superman's jaw. Yeah, it's just disgusting. You know the picture. You know the picture where it's like me am Superman.
Oh.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's okay.
Whatever. I mean, look, it's one of those more family friendly type things. So
Yeah.
I can respect it.
I think overall should be fun. Hopefully. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of is during the trailer. Well, yes, it is a kid, and of course it's doing the dance and stuff. What I don't like though is the fact that the song in the background was Kendrick Lamar's "Humble."
Well, but the thing is though, it's a generational thing.
Yeah.
I mean every middle schooler and elementary schooler even knows that song because it's so popular and
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
else in the time period it came out in. So I mean it's all marketing.
Yeah, it is market. I just for me personally, I want something that's gonna get me really pumped up, and that really didn't get me pumped up. I'm like, oh, it's
Well,
Kendrick.
I mean, why do you want to get pumped up? It's a kids movie basically. You don't really need a
yeah,
whole lot for it.
Understandable. Okay, yeah.
I don't think pumping up was really the point. I think it was just all marketing. Everybody knows Humble. That's just
Yeah.
a universally known
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Unless you're living under a rock, you know
The
Humble.
past year, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's just it's all marketing as far as I'm concerned.
Understandable. Some Wonder Woman 2 set images have come out and stuff. Look, the first one was good. No reason the second one should be any worse.
No reason the second one should be any worse.
Justice League.
Whoops.
Anything else? I gotta think. Ant-Man and the Wasp came out. It's mediocre. You ask me.
Camera angle, dude.
Camera angle's
Killing
okay.
me.
Good. Come on, you got
This
this.
thing's killing me,
You
dude.
got this.
It's killing
Come
me.
on,
man.
white and mild.
Got
Whoa.
professional cameraman over
Ooh,
here.
Ric Flair drip.
Ric Flair drip. All right, this
You
is
got
like-
this. Come on.
Let's see if I can actually get it right
Drop
this
a
time.
like on the drop a like on the live stream. If White and Mild can fix the camera, you got this. Cheer 'em on.
There's no likes.
Well, I know right now there's not, but come on, you got this. White and Mild. White and Mild.
All right, let's see if that works.
See, this is why it's good to check in.
And yeah, it's always good to check in.
I might be messing everything up.
Teen Titans Go to the Movies came out. It's not bad.
Well,
It's not.
if you like it.
Spoiler alert. Stan Lee is cameoing, and it's a DC film. What?
That's. I mean, he can be in movies. He's
Oh,
allowed
yeah,
to do that.
But
he's allowed to be in other
but
movies.
he has like
it's
a
not his
contract
franchise.
with Marvel, though.
Hey, that's him. I don't know.
But hey, it was, and then the after credit scene. Oh, the after credit scene. They're bringing back the original Teen Titans, and I'm pumped. They're
I did
bringing
see
it
that.
back. They're bringing it back, and I'm
The
happy.
best thing to come out of that movie, besides
No, the best part, the best thing to come out.
dressing
Yeah.
up in a cyborg costume,
Yeah,
dude.
that's the best thing, dude.
The best thing to come out of that movie. Second best is the Teen Titans original
Oh, man.
series coming back. That was my shit for the longest time. I'm so happy that that's coming back.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm glad, but overall, I hope Teen Titans Go doesn't go though. I hope Teen Titans doesn't go.
I do.
Well, because like my brother and sister stuff, like for the
Yeah, but I just hope that Cartoon Network was shoving it down everybody's throat.
yeah.
That's my hope, because the way I see it, Cartoon Network, I mean, yes, it's a kids channel, whatever, but it used to have shows on it, like, the Johnny Bravo and Courage the Cowardly Dog and shows like that everyone could appreciate. And now it's like Teen Titans Go, and they shove it down your throat, and it's like,
Yeah. Well, one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows of all time is Bill and Mandy. I love
the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Billy and Mandy. I love it with the Grim Reaper and everything. I like that. There was something about that it was cool. And look at Nickelodeon and stuff. Back
Nickelodeon
then,
used to have good.
Drake and Josh, old school SpongeBob was the
Rugrats,
best.
dude. Rugrats movie.
The Rugrats.
Do you have to talk about that? The Rugrats movie that they're coming out with.
Yeah,
the animation looks like shit. First of all,
it's a fake image. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it is.
I'm pretty sure it's a fake image.
I hope it is, because I don't like that animation.
It's not even animated. That's just like a kid drew that. It looks so bad. It looks like Eminem's beard.
Just like patchy and overall trash.
But yeah, the Rugrats movie, that should be cool and stuff. I'm gonna say for that, like Incredibles 2, you haven't gotten a movie of that for like 14 years, so. But anyways, with that type of news, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, I don't think so. But anyways, yeah. Today's topics, we each have 15 questions. We're going to ask each other the questions. It's questions based around sports, professional wrestling, music, rap, rock, etc. And significant, like, other ones. So, comic books, movies, anything.
Pop culture
type stuff. It's good for the audience, for you guys, to get to know us better, and for us to get to know each other better as well a little bit. And it's something to just talk and debate about, give each other's opinions on. So I think that'll be cool. And my questions, I will also answer my questions as well, give my own interpretation of it, and same with yours. So rock paper scissors, see who does question 1. You can say one of your questions first.
Best wrestler of the PG era.
Okay, the PG era. So that starts from 2008 to 20.
To now.
Well, PG. It's different now because it's a different era now.
What is it now?
It's more of the reality era. Because they haven't brought blood back and everything. So PG era was about 2008. Was the Super Cena era when Cena was a mainstay in WWE. So 2008 to about 2014, 2015.
Okay.
You asked me.
2015, 2016. Right?
Yeah. There's PG era. You can throw Cena out there. I think he's more ruthless aggression. 2003 to 2008. Me personally, you can still say Undertaker, but he wasn't
as prominent.
Yeah, you could say Jeff Hardy. Good argument for that, but he was there around for 1 year.
He was
You can Daniel Bryan. He's there. 2012 to 2010 to present. You can throw in Seth Rollins, which I think he's a very good caliber wrestler to be in that PG era conversation. PG era, it's weird though because while yes the wrestling quality is better than the Attitude Era, the storylines are not as good. You don't have a wrestler now, or even in the PG era, even in the Ruthless Aggression era, you didn't have a wrestler who could get the crowd always on their feet and cheer and have a big pop like Stone Cold, Steve Austin, or Dwayne
it wasn't
Johnson.
The same energy.
Like, let's look at the Undertaker because he was Attitude Era and now. You have the Undertaker come on the Attitude Era, everyone's on their feet, everyone's cheering. They're like, oh, what's he gonna do? You look at him now, yes, still on their feet, yes, they're cheering, but it's not
as electrifying
because the storylines aren't as good. Don't get me wrong, there are good storylines now, but they're far and few between.
Yeah,
I think WrestleMania time is when you get the good storylines, but even then, even the good storylines get overshadowed by Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Not saying that they're bad wrestlers, it's just the storylines are that bad that makes the match quality even if the match quality is good.
It's not what it could be.
Yeah. The storyline was so bad. In terms of best wrestler of the PG era, I gotta go with CM Punk. By far. I don't think because 2008 to when he left, 2014, Every
like
match
that,
he put on was damn near a 5-star match. He made Brock Lesnar put on a 5-star match at
Yeah.
SummerSlam 2013. Him and Cena put on one of the best matches of all time at Money in the Bank 2011. Him and Triple H had a damn good match. He made Kevin Nash have a great rivalry, great storytelling. I think, and him and the Undertaker match at WrestleMania 13 was fantastic.
Definitely, yeah.
I think CM Punk by far, and him and The Rock put on fucking great matches. I think it is CM Punk. Me personally, at least. I think when you look at the PG era, while the face may be John Cena, I think the face of the wrestling portion was CM Punk, if you ask me personally. He put on a fantastic match and great storytelling with one of the best of all time, Chris Jericho. So I think if you can almost outshine Chris Jericho in a rivalry, you got to give props to that. So for me personally, it's CM Punk. What about you? What do you think?
To me, I would have to go with John Cena. That's me.
Okay.
I mean, yes, he's not the greatest wrestler,
but he's good though. But he's good.
I'm not saying he's bad, but I think that, like you said, he was the face of the PG era. Yes, he had his ruthless aggression era. Yes, and it was a big enough deal because obviously it started his career. But that PG era of everything's clean and squeaky and whatever the fuck else, he is the face of that.
I would agree.
And he kind of has the same argument that you posed with CM Punk. He made matches good. He made everything marketable.
Yeah.
And I think that was WWE's move. That's why they made the PG era move, was to make themselves and their products and everything more marketable. And John Cena did that.
And I can't really disagree with you, because for me it's almost a tie between Punk and Cena. I prefer Cena more to Punk. I think Punk, just because if you're talking strictly matches of the PG era and storytelling, Punk had it. But if you're talking about the best storyline of the PG era, it's got to be Cena and The Rock. They, week after week after week, they went at each other. They did. Mick Foley came on to This Is Your Life to Cena back in '99. Mick Foley did a This Is Your Life to The Rock, and The Rock came out rock bottom full, and everyone's like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I think that might be the best storyline, but that was one Cena did in that time frame. Cena might have done 10, Punk did double that.
Yeah.
While Cena might have put out 10 good matches in the PG era, Punk did 50. He made a match on Raw a 5-star match. And I think that's where Punk doesn't get enough credit.
I agree with that.
If you're looking at the main event of WrestleMania 28, John Cena and The Rock, that was the main event. Marketability-wise, because it's The Rock and John Cena, yes, it's the main event. Match quality-wise, hell no.
No, and again, I'm not. That's why I said at the beginning of my whole thing, he is not the best wrestler. He's not a bad wrestler, but he's not the best. But I think he is the embodiment of the PG era, as far as I'm concerned. That's why I put him as high as I do.
And I'm not going to disagree with you at all. I do agree with you, but there's just something about Punk.
Believe me, I prefer Punk over Cena, but I think that I think that Cena kind of takes the cake a little bit.
For me, it's Punk. For you, it's Cena. Overall, I don't think either choice is wrong. I just think it's based off of an opinion at that point.
Obviously, yeah. All right.
Now, my question. Going same on the WWE track.
All right.
If you could witness any two WWE wrestlers all time go at each other for a dream match, who would the two be and why?
Okay.
In their primes, too.
In their primes.
Yeah. We can say 2, 3, whatever.
Yeah. I'd like to see. That's tough. I'd like to see. Maybe.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is. I think Andre the Giant and probably Big Show. I think that'd be
not gonna be the best quality match, but
it's not gonna be the best
marketability
quality.
wise,
Well, it's the two biggest men
Oh,
in the whole company, in the history of the company, going at it. I don't know. I just think that'd be kind of
It would be
Clash
cool.
of the Giants.
It
kinda
would be
thing.
cool. The stare downs would be great. I would like
Oh
it.
yeah, and it would, yeah. I think that would be great. I'd also like to see like the two most technical or the guys go. So like,
So Daniel Bryan and Chris Benoit?
no. I'm saying like high flying.
Oh, high flying. So like Rey Mysterio?
Yeah, I'm talking like Rey Mysterio and like, I don't know, like Jeff Hardy or something.
That'd be pretty cool. I'd like that. Yeah, Rey Mysterio and Jeff. That'd be pretty cool. I like that.
Something like that would probably either one of those two. I just one of those extreme. Who's already seen the extreme like Rey Mysterio and Big Show? You know that's played out. I think if you either the two extremes, one way or the other, I think I'd like to see something like that.
That is cool. Never really thought about Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio. That thing,
Yeah.
not till now. I always thought about Big Show and Andre the Giant.
Well, I think that's a pretty common.
Pretty common theme.
I guess,
that's
yeah.
Vince's wet dream right there. Two big sweaty men. Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men.
He probably does.
That's why Brock Lesnar's champion. And that's why Roman's about to win.
That's why.
I have three. The Rock and Shawn Michaels never got to square off. I'm probably half four, so wait. Rock and Shawn Michaels is one of them.
Okay.
I want to see them do the kip up at the same time and just stare each other down.
Yeah.
I think that would just blow the roof off the place. I want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin and CM Punk. I think that would, marketability-wise, alcohol versus non-alcohol.
Well, it's already happened.
The match never happened.
Well, maybe not a match, but I mean the whole storyline.
The storyline, yes, it's happened, but in terms of if it's at WrestleMania, in the atmosphere, they can do something about it. Austin coming down with the beer truck, Punk coming down and just John him and Jack Daniels because you're an alcoholic. Why? Just something because Punk would do that. Austin would
drink it.
Yeah, Austin would be like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
John Cena and Hulk Hogan, the two faces of their time period.
Yeah.
Going at it. Well, my number one, both in their prime, Sting and The Undertaker. If you're talking about a match that could be the greatest match of all time, that'd be the match that could be the greatest of all time.
What I think is interesting, only real ones are going to remember this game.
Oh, real ones.
But WWE All-Stars.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Because a lot of these matches that we're saying, now that I think about it, have come out of that game.
Yeah.
Or, like, Andre the Giant and Big Show was in that game, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
And I know Rey Mysterio was in one. It was Rey Mysterio and maybe Eddie Guerrero.
Was it Eddie Guerrero?
I want to say it was. I want to say it was.
Yeah, okay.
Because Jeff Hardy wasn't as big of a deal at the time.
Well, he was, because he was in TNA at the time.
Yeah, so I think that some of the matches have already kind of come out of that game, but...
Where did I put the aux cord?
That's right. That's a good question.
I don't know. Anyways, it's right there. Yeah, WWE also, even like WWE 2K14 at the same time.
2K14 is the best WWE game as far as I'm concerned.
It's good. It's good. I like WWE 13 too. I like WWE 13 a lot.
Or 14 or 13, I'm thinking.
13 is the Punk on the cover. That's 13.
Okay, 13 is what. 13's the GOAT.
My favorite wrestling game of all time is WWE SmackDown Here Comes the Pain with Brock Lesnar on the cover. That's game smacking. But yeah, WWE All-Stars, yeah. I think that, dude, we should like get a PS3 and like fire that game up, dude. Seriously. I had that game, dude. I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, for me, if I had to pick one, I'd pick Sting as the Crow versus The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Something about that.
I think that'd definitely be an interesting
No
match to see.
stipulation. No Hell in a Cell. No nothing. People are like, it needs to be Hell in a Cell. No, it doesn't. Just one-on-one.
Hell in a Cell would be cool, though.
It would be cool, but if you want just spectacle, just regular one-on-one match.
Yeah.
Do the Hell in a Cell match for Extreme Rules or something.
Yeah,
but the regular
yeah.
one-on-one match, and it'll blow the roof off the place.
That's dope.
Yeah. Now, proceed to your second question.
All right. Again, continue with the WWE theme. What should be WWE's next storyline?
Next storyline. Okay, well, right now, going into SummerSlam, we have Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens. If Kevin Owens does win, Kevin Owens gets the Money in the Bank briefcase. The whole storyline is Braun Strowman kicking the shit out of Kevin Owens. Like,
Yeah.
if Braun Strowman be running the outside, Kevin Owens would be running on the outside, Braun Strowman would just run him over.
Yeah.
That's not the way to portray Kevin Owens. You know, Kevin Owens is him and Sami Zayn are my two favorite current wrestlers. Not the way to portray them. Besides that. But the next storyline, what it should be with the current wrestlers, or can I bring someone back?
I mean, like, if it's justifiable.
If it's justifiable.
If it's,
okay.
you know, like, you can't just be like, hey, Roddy Piper,
no,
come back from the dead.
Oh,
you know, but
obviously.
yeah, no.
Okay.
If it's like, if it seems like it would fit the storyline and it's justifiable that they be in the condition to do so, then yeah.
Okay. I think. See, this is. It's kind of cool. I like that question. There is a rumor right now going around that back on Monday on Raw, Elias, the guy with the guitar and stuff, name dropped The Rock, and that's going to lead into a match at WrestleMania 35, which I think would be pretty cool.
Because he kind of stole The Rock's gimmick with the guitar and whatnot.
A little bit, yeah. But if I had to pick one storyline, all I want is a proper Undertaker and John Cena storyline. I want just the proper one.
Because they had that match at WrestleMania and then that was the end of it.
Yeah. And the rumor is they will have a match at SummerSlam or 35. Or both. They can do both. Have Cena win at SummerSlam, have Taker win at 35, Taker goes off in the sunlight and stuff. That'd be perfect. But you need to have a proper storyline. Don't get me wrong, Cena's promos calling out The Undertaker week after week on Raw was great. And at WrestleMania, where he was a fan, I liked it. And when the referee ran down and told him, hey, Taker's backstage, and Cena running back up the ramp, I got goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're getting it. And then the match happens, Undertaker comes, I'm like, yes, and then it's 2 minutes.
It was a tad anticlimactic, I'll admit, yeah.
I liked it, though, because Taker moved great. Did old school, which he hasn't done in, like, 10 years. And I think a proper storyline like that, I think I would love to see. Or you can do the Demon Finn Balor, where he's all in that face paint and stuff calling down, and have him go up against The Undertaker, like a passing of the torch type of thing. Or you can easily do this, do AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. Or Daniel Bryan versus Kurt Angle. Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle. You can do that. Get Daniel Bryan to Raw, and they can have a rivalry. And I think that would, because Kurt Angle can still wrestle, he can still put on a damn near 5-star match. I think those two, technical wise, blow the roof off the place. Styles, you can do a match with Seth Rollins, and then it'll blow the roof off the place. Brock Lesnar, get your ass kicked by Goldberg again. There you go. But if you do one storyline, I want a proper Taker and Cena, Taker or Balor, or Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle. What about? Or you can do, which I would really think would be pretty cool, have Chris Jericho come back and do him and Elias, which I think would be funny because the music people and stuff, and just like Chris Jericho completely
like his Fozzy gimmick or something like that.
And just like, I think that would just be fun stuff to listen to. You just made the list every time he like performs a song. It'd be great, I think. I'm gonna go check the live stream right now. See,
I think the camera angle is weird because you're so close and I'm so far away.
I think it's fine though.
Like if you check the live stream, I look like I'm 5 feet tall and you look like you're 7 feet tall, and it's just like.
It's our first episode. We'll always fix that and stuff, and nothing.
Yeah, well, because the way we got it set up, we're kind of limited, like, in how we can set it up.
That's okay.
You gotta get like a tripod or something.
Yeah.
And then we can just sit at the end of the table or something. Because like here, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Real quick. Like you can see.
Oh wow.
See?
Yeah.
Like you look gigantic and I look tiny.
It's okay though. It's our first one. It's fine. But
it looks stupid.
If I had to pick one,
yeah.
I'll probably do the proper Taker and Cena one. Probably proper Taker and Cena build up.
I will actually have to agree with you. I think that makes the most sense because they had that major build up, and Taker is such a big player. I don't care how long he's gone; he's always going to be a big player in the company. So I think that if you're gonna do some shit like that, where you're gonna involve him, like seriously,
You need
drop his name night after night after night. You got to do a solid storyline, not just this. Hey, build up to a 2-minute match, and then basically tell the fans to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta like do something with that.
I liked what WWE did though. I liked what Cena did when he was involved. Like, I'll go as a fan. I love that idea.
Yeah, and I'm saying that that's good, but you got to carry it out because after a while, if they wait too long, then it's just not going to be justifiable anymore.
Yeah.
And not only you're taking because Cena and Taker are both big players for different reasons. When Cena retires, it's going to be a big deal, and he's going to be in the same position as Undertaker, where no matter how old he is or how long he's been away, he's always going to be a big name that's going to be involved.
Oh yeah.
And so I think that, again, if you're going to use arguably the two biggest players in the whole entire game, you have to really do a storyline with that. You cannot just totally let it fizzle out after one night.
And I do agree. I agree. And you know me, Taker's my favorite of all time, and it seems is in my 5 favorites. And they never had a proper. They did have a match in 2003. It was a good match, but it was before Cena broke out, and before Taker came back to the Deadman persona.
Yeah.
The match quality would be a 5-star match in 2008 to 2009. Now it won't be a good match.
Yeah.
But if you do good build up, that's the only thing.
The storyline is half of it, than half of it.
Yeah.
Another thing that I like though. Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
Another thing that I like though. I do like Braun Strowman. He's one of my favorite recent wrestlers.
Same.
I think that I like his whole thing with he's indestructible and he's just a powerhouse.
I have an idea. Continue.
And so, you know, I like the idea of him becoming a bigger face in the company. I think he has become bigger than when he first came in.
Yeah.
But I think I like the idea of carrying that on, that he's just indestructible. And because WWE hasn't seen that in a while.
Yeah,
kind of like a Kane or an Undertaker or a Big Show type of persona where he's big, he's strong, he's silent, and he just tears shit apart.
I think they could work the indestructible aspect towards WrestleMania, let's say.
Okay.
The indestructible aspect, let's see if he feels the cash in the Money in the Bank. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he cashes in and he's successful, because I want to see a true powerhouse champion.
Yeah.
That shows up week after week, unlike Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, again, we haven't seen that in a while, so.
Have Braun Strowman turn him heel.
Yeah.
Have him go on a rampage. Destroys everyone. No one can beat me. Goldberg's music hits. And there you go.
Well, and to me, another thing you could do. Now this is iffy. You'd have to do it the right way, but just a random thought that came to my mind just now. You get that basically everything you just said.
Okay.
He turns heel. He's indestructible. Instead of Goldberg, it's Randy Orton coming back with the Legend Killer persona.
If you're asking me, any era of Randy Orton, Legend Killer, is it when he was going against the Undertaker and when he was going after Jake Roberts and everything?
Because I think Randy Orton has fallen back for a long time. I think if you hit him and he's like, I'm the Legend Killer again, Braun Strowman's automatically a legend anyway. Just RKO.
I think,
you know what I mean?
For me, at least. For me, they're kind of bringing that back, I think. Week after week, he's been destroying Jeff Hardy. He took the things in his ears and pulled them. And then threw him over the barricade, and he's more sadistic, and I think they're slowly bringing that back.
And they need that, because he's the predator, he's the viper, he's the apex predator. He needs to be sadistic as all hell.
The Legend Killer persona, I think, bring that back. That's what it was.
I'd like to see him RKO somebody off the top of the Hell in a Cell. Kill everyone involved. You know.
Not one of my questions here, but since we're on the WWE aspect, I'm going to ask you this.
Yeah.
Your opinion. The greatest WWE superstar all time.
Okay. Because, I don't want to take too much time to answer this, so I'm just going to go with my impulse.
Okay.
And say Steve Austin.
How?
He is, The Rock, the most electrifying. Fuck that. Steve Austin will pump up a crowd no matter where he is, what he's doing.
Understandable, yeah.
He will fuck it up.
Yeah.
he doesn't have to say much. He's good on a mic.
Oh, yeah.
He can get his point across. Like, Austin 316.
He says, "I just whipped your ass."
You know, he doesn't have to say much, but when he does, it's fucking great.
Oh yeah.
And he has a way about him that everyone can like him.
Yeah.
No matter if he's a heel, if he's a face, if he's whatever. Again, that anti-hero aspect where he can do either one.
He was the face of the company for 5 years.
He was the face of the company for probably longer. I mean,
yeah.
he could be the face of the company at any point in time.
He was
And,
like that good.
You know, and I think I just, you know, again, he can be electrifying without saying a word. And he can put on an excellent match. Again, your argument with CM Punk, he can put on any 5-star match.
Dude, look at WrestleMania 17. Him and The Rock was all-time great.
And I mean, and let's be real here. The Rock is not the best wrestler at all.
Oh no, he's not.
You know, and so for him to be able to put on a 5-star match with somebody like The Rock is insane.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think that he's probably the greatest wrestler of all time.
I would agree. I would. In fact, my number 3 all time. My number 2 you're not gonna like. And number 1 you could understand.
I know who your number 1 is already.
The number 1, I'll get to my number 1 in a minute. My number 2 of all time is John Cena.
I can understand it. I
Just
can,
like Steve Austin.
I can understand that.
He's been the face of the company. Cena's been the face of the company for 15 years. No doubt about it.
Again, he is the PGR. He's the marketability in the company.
Every time he comes back, or whatever the case is, he immediately goes in the storyline. That's pretty marketable and pretty good. He's my number 2 all time.
That's the other thing about Steve Austin. He can fit into any
Oh,
storyline.
exactly.
Any storyline.
My number 1 is The Undertaker.
I knew it, yeah.
Obviously. But he was never the face of the company like Austin.
Yeah.
Taker was the punching bag for Steve Austin for 3 fucking years, dude.
Yeah,
3 years he was the
yeah.
punching bag. But Taker was over, but it got Austin over even more.
Yeah.
For Taker to be that wrestler that, hey, I don't need to win. I want to get this guy over.
Oh, yeah.
He's that locker room guy. He's the locker room leader.
He is, yeah.
He's that guy, hey, okay, Austin's career, I want to boost you. Okay, you're going to win. You're gonna win. I want you to win.
And I respect Taker. I have a lot of respect for Taker.
For me, he wanted to get everyone. He got Brock Lesnar over.
Yeah.
He got Brock Lesnar, got Kurt Angle over, got Triple H over, got Shawn Michaels, way more over, Bret Hart. He is that guy. Drew McIntyre. Now at the time,
He
got him
became
over.
obsolete real quick.
Jack Swagger. He got people over.
I forgot about Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even got, kind of to an extent, the Great Khali over. For a time period, he did.
Kinda.
For a time
Khali
period.
was never really a major player
He
in the
made
WWE.
Edge the top heel in the company.
Yeah.
But Taker was never the face, even when he was champion, never the face. Even when WrestleMania came around, never the face.
Yeah.
Because some number 2 wrestler all time was the face.
And to me, I think that, you know, I have a lot of respect for Taker. As a person and as a wrestler, mostly as a wrestler, and how he interacts with people. Again, that leader of the locker room type thing. I get that, and I like it, and I respect it. But what I like about Steve Austin is he's the type of guy to overthrow the dude in the top position.
Oh yeah,
and
Vince McMahon,
again,
kick your ass.
Again, arrive, raise hell, leave. I love it.
Oh yeah,
I think it's again the simplicity of it.
Oh yeah,
you know,
it's what everyone wants to be at the job. I want to just kick my boss's ass.
Not even at the job, but in life.
Oh yeah,
people want to be the Steve Austin in life, and I think that's again you can throw him in any storyline. It's just the character, and you know.
I would agree. I would. With The Undertaker, though, you look at 1998. What's the most memorable moment from WWE in 1998? When Undertaker himself.
Well, yeah, obviously.
By far, and that's probably the most memorable moment of all time in WWE history.
One of them, yeah.
You look at, and then the phases of The Undertaker. You go back in 1990, he's the Western mortician, zombie-like.
Yeah.
You go into 94, he's more modern with the purple gloves. Still a mortician, but more modernized.
Well, it's more gimmicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to 98 and 99 of the Ministry of Darkness. Going to 2000, 2003, the American Badass. Go to the present day now, the Dead Man. And then the At Last Outlaw. He is the last of a generation.
And then we have the American Badass, but we don't talk about that.
You know, it's a cool concept.
It is, and I'm not saying I didn't like it. You know, I like the whole biker aspect, but we don't talk about it.
Yeah,
You know, because
we
he was
don't.
he was so heavy at that time, he couldn't wrestle
Yeah,
too well and everything.
He got better in 2003 though. 2003 was when he.
Yeah, well, yeah, eventually he came back, but I'm just saying when he first came back
Yeah,
and that he just
it
gained a
was-
shit ton of weight and he was just sloppy and whatever.
Mm.
I like the idea of it, but they just didn't do it right.
But Taker is one of the only wrestlers that Vince will induct into the Hall of Fame. You get inducted by the man who starts the company. That says something. Vince inducted Austin. Vince will most likely induct Cena.
Yeah.
Vince has to induct Taker. There's
Yeah.
no one else. Foley, you can say Triple H, you can say Kane. It's Vince.
I would see either Vince or Kane.
I can't see Kane.
Or Foley.
I could understand Foley. I could clearly understand Foley.
Vince or Foley. That's what I'm going with. Vince or Foley.
I think it would be funny if Foley did it. Like, yeah, he kicked my ass and
Like,
everything.
hey, I almost died.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think it has to be Vince. But if you're looking at the embodiment of the great, he's 7 foot tall and he fucking moves like a high flyer. You don't see that.
Yeah.
Jump over top ropes, walking on the top rope, flying across the ring, doing clotheslines and stuff, jumping from the top
Oh, yeah.
rope.
He's definitely one of the best big men.
Oh.
Well,
He's
would he
the-
be considered a big man?
Yeah, he's 6 foot. Yeah, he's the best big man of all time. You ask me.
Well, and I mean, the only one that could give him a run for his money is Prime Big Show, because like when he very
Yeah.
first came in them,
Yeah.
because
Or-
he was doing drop kicks and all this other shit.
If you're talking the traditional Andre the Giant for big man wise,
Yeah, but he couldn't like move. You know.
but if you're looking for the
I mean,
better
yes,
big man,
he is the biggest big man
Yeah.
that the company's ever seen, but he's not the best wrestler. He's not the best big man wrestler. I don't know how to word
I
that,
think-
but you get what I mean though.
with Taker though, for him wanting to put the people over so they can help the career boost.
Yeah.
He put over the Shield, and now they're mainstream. Put over Roman Reigns.
I forgot they put over the Shield.
He
Yeah.
put over the Shield. He put over Roman Reigns. There's just something about that.
Oh,
The
I
Wyatt
agree.
family. There is something about that you cannot deny. Not saying Austin's not an all-time great. He's, in my opinion, the third greatest wrestler of all time. But with Taker and the match qualities, when he got like LeBron James, I just want to.
Okay.
When LeBron gets older, he gets better. He's 33 years old right now. Probably had his best year this past season.
Yeah.
Undertaker, the older he got, the better the match quality got. Look, he was 48 years old, put on a 5-star match with Triple H.
I'm not saying that he hasn't put on matches with age.
Now they have
but-
gone downhill.
Yeah,
But he
I think he's old enough at this point where it's not going to be what it was.
But
it's
it's
still going to
still-
be good.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. And I'm looking forward to hopefully a Taker Cena match later on.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be what it was.
So he was 50 years old, put on a match with Bray Wyatt that was 15 minutes, but it was still good.
Oh yeah, he does better matches than I could ever do.
Oh yeah.
But you know, I'm just saying though.
You think
like,
he put on a match with Kane, and Kane's not the best wrestler, but it was a great match.
yeah,
I think you have. There's just something about that.
yeah,
For me personally, I think, in my opinion, and you're talking about gimmick, and you're talking about the presence of the dead man.
yeah.
There's the greatest entrance of all time. You look at Stone Cold Steve Austin, look at John Cena, you look at The Rock, you look at The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Because the smoke and the blue
Well, he's one of the
haze,
most memorable entrances.
iconic entrances and everything, most iconic look. There's something about that, I think.
Yeah.
But that's me. What I think, I think the greatest of all time is, and I'm not disagreeing with you because
Well, because to me,
Stone
Austin,
Cold is.
I think Stone Cold. I think he. Well, yes, he doesn't directly put people over, so to speak, like Taker does. Like Taker's willing to take the big ass L for people to go over. And again, I respect that. That's why I keep saying I respect Taker. But I think Austin puts over people in his own way, and that whether he wins or loses, if you have a match with Austin, it's going to be memorable, most likely, and it's going to be. You are going to become a bigger player in the company just because you did face off against him.
And again, the one big reason I do disagree with you, but at the same time I do agree,
Yeah.
is because Austin only in the WWE 7 years. Taker going on 30 years. Cena's been going on for almost 20. I think Austin would, for me at least. Don't get me wrong.
But how much did he do in that 7 years?
What he did in that, don't get me wrong, what he did in that 7 years was great. What Taker did in 30, he did a lot more. He tripled it. Of course.
Yeah, it's 30 years,
but
not
still,
7.
But still, even you take 7 years, take from 2003 to 2010, Taker did a lot, just like Austin in those 7 years. I'm not knocking Austin at all. It was a neck injury. I'm not knocking him at all. It started from the Owen Hart incident where he apologized and stuff. I think Austin did get over. No, Taker did get over Austin, and also will admit Taker helped him out a lot.
Yeah,
and it's like, and Taker is always willing. Try to pass the torch to Bray Wyatt, and they were like, come back. The WWE is so desperate for them. That's their scapegoat. They're so desperate for. Oh, ratings are bad. Undertaker. Ratings are bad. Undertaker. Seriously,
yeah.
ACDC.
Well, yeah. Well, and again, I think that Taker, like anybody else, has his place, and he has his niche, and he has what he does.
Mm-hmm.
He has certain things that he does that makes him a great. Just like any other, whatever the argument there is for anybody else.
Yeah.
So I think that there's definitely a good argument for both people.
Where would you rank Taker all time? Okay, where do you rank Taker and Cena? Because those are
Taker and Cena.
So
of course I have Austin at 1.
Okay.
I probably have Taker at 2.
Okay.
And that's a very close 2. And then Cena at 3.
Cena at 3.
Yeah, I think Cena, of course, Taker. Again, I agree with everything that you said. I just put Austin I give him that little bit of edge over Taker.
Mm.
But Cena, in terms of him, because again, he was the face of an entire era, and just like Austin was the face of the Attitude Era, Cena was the face of the PG era. I think he's going to continue to be a big player, not necessarily a face, but definitely a big player.
Because when you're part-time, it's harder to do that type of stuff.
Yeah. And because PG era was arguably his prime.
Okay.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
So I think that not Taker.
Cena.
I think Cena. I think he's just he cannot put people over, and that's what I don't like about Cena is he's a decent wrestler, but the thing is, I mean, it's kind of like a Steve Austin thing. It depends on the person. So hear me out with this.
Okay.
Depending on the person, I can't give you direct examples because I don't know this stuff that well.
Okay.
But I mean, just from seeing what I have seen and knowing what I know and watching videos and looking at everything,
Cena wins.
Depending on the person, it's the Super Cena aspect. Depending on the person, some people, it's like a Steve Austin thing where if you face off against him, you're automatically just a player, and that just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of the times, he kills careers, and he kills gimmicks, and he kills off good careers. Like the Shield, he killed off the Shield.
Well,
he killed off what was that? The team where Ryback and
Nexus. I will agree.
He fucking killed Nexus.
I was gonna say that,
and not in a good way. And I think that's I don't like him for that. I don't like his character for that because I think that not only does that get old, but I think that it kills good careers.
Mm-hmm.
He killed Ryback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ryback could have been an excellent character, an excellent person to have in the WWE, but he just absolutely killed him.
I agree to an extent. Towards 2013, 2013, he put a lot of people over. He put Bryan over. He put Sami Zayn over. He put Kevin Owens over. And the reason those three are mainstream popular now is thanks to Cena.
And I'm not saying that he's never put anyone over.
He put Rollins over, Roman over. He got Kane over for a little bit in 2014.
Yeah.
He got, I think, his earlier
early
PG
into
era,
the 2010s.
He didn't. I will agree, he did not. Later on, he did. Because he knew he was going to become part-timer. I'm going to pass the torch.
Yeah.
And when he comes back, every time he comes back, he's like, "Hey, I'm back, and if you want to be the face of the company, get past me." And he always lets them win most of the time.
And that's why I say, it's not every time, and it's not a solid analogy. Well, it is a solid analogy. That's what I'm saying. It's 50-50, basically. Again, early into the PG era, absolutely killed good, solid careers
Yeah.
that could have been good. Again, he did the opposite of putting people over. He
Yeah.
just totally pushed them back down, if not ended the whole shit.
I'll agree.
And
Yeah.
then, like you said later, you know, with like Daniel Bryan especially, that's the one that I go to in my head because that's
Yeah.
the last one that I really remember.
Yeah.
Because that was towards the end of me really being into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely like boosted Bryan and guys like that. So yeah, to me it's a 50-50, and that's why he's 3 instead of 2 or 1.
I can disagree. I do agree. Yeah. Again, I agree with virtually everything you said except for the placement. Again, I have met two. Different. Again, this is no disrespect to Austin.
Yeah.
Austin's one of my all-time favorites. I love Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah.
I've been watching the old school Raws. Me and him been watching old school Raws on the WWE Network and stuff. And it's just like every time you hear that the glass shatter, it's just like you get goosebumps, dude.
Fuck yeah, you know, it's like that. Yeah.
Right, okay, now you say a question.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I have any WWE.
So
I'm
you
just trying to
WWE
stick with solid themes.
So I'm trying to see if I have any WWE questions.
I have a WWE question. If you want to ask me that here,
All right.
you can ask me here.
No, because I know I have another one.
Okay.
I think I actually might have a couple other ones. Okay, so
A second. If you just joined us on the live stream, thank you for joining. We're just covering over 15 topics, 15 questions. We're just going over so for the general audience to get to know us better and for us to get to know each other better and stuff. So while you're at it, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Big Boys Podcast. And this is episode 1, and I appreciate you checking us out. Thank you very much.
All right, so who is the greatest superstar on the mic?
All time?
All-time
Superstar?
greatest superstar.
Are we talking
on the mic.
superstar? Like, okay, can we... Honorable mention, I'm going to throw in Paul Heyman. He's not a superstar. He's a manager. But
Okay.
Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman...
Well, Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar doesn't.
Well, but Paul Heyman made Brock Lesnar... Like, even though Brock Lesnar wasn't the one on the mic, he made Brock Lesnar more intimidating because of him on the
But he
mic.
talked him up, yeah.
Yeah. While, yes, CM Punk is a great man on the mic, he gave the mic to Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman made it even better.
Okay, so Paul Heyman's an
I think
honorable
Paul
mention.
Heyman's an honorable mention.
And I'll agree with you on that.
Cena's up there, great on the mic. I think he's great on the mic, you ask me. Chris Jericho,
Yeah, okay.
CM Punk.
Yeah.
How is Cena not one of the best on the mic?
He just doesn't give me the vibe. Like
Okay.
he's not bad,
Okay.
but he just doesn't get me pumped. He doesn't.
He doesn't get you pumped? What?
Not rare, very rarely.
Okay.
Very
okay.
rarely. Every now and again he will, but it's under special conditions,
Okay.
I guess. He doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about him, but he just doesn't do it for me.
Okay.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying he's bad. He's definitely top 5, but
Yeah.
he's not. He just doesn't do it for me. He's not number 1.
You can have Shawn Michaels up there. He put out a good promo. Triple H can put out a good promo.
DX as a whole
Oh, yeah.
could put out a good promo.
Definitely. But I think if you're looking at individual one, you're looking at Roman Reigns. I think overall, I'm messing with all you. Roman Reigns ain't even up there.
Suffering succotash.
Roman Reigns' cousin, actually, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Anyone on the mic can get any saying over. He got Poontang Pie over.
Poontang.
He got Jabroni over. He got that stuff over.
Jabroni. Yeah.
I think it is The Rock. Well, you can't really. There's really nothing else you can say against that. Like who else? You can say Chris Jericho, which he's number 2 in my book. Number 2 in my book for a wrestler on the mic, and then Punk is up there. He could the pipe bomb promo. Whew, let me get my rag real quick. Whew.
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
dude, it was fired. But looking at one, give me The Rock. Kung Pao chicken he got over. What the hell? Like.
Okay, for me, I'll agree. The Rock is number 1.
Okay.
For all the reasons you just said, he could throw out pretty butt fuck anything.
Yeah.
And it would go over,
Yeah.
and people would fucking eat it up.
Yeah.
Like a poontang pie.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start saying that in everyday life, and
Yeah.
people are gonna kick my ass.
Um,
So another inside joke.
yeah.
So no, but really though, Punk is a strong number 2.
Oh,
Again,
you go. Okay.
He's like that Stone Cold Undertaker thing for me. I think again, Punk, like the pipe bomb promo. I think just in general, he could just talk shit, and he talks shit fucking well.
Really well, yeah, he did.
Number 3, Roddy Piper.
I forgot to throw him up there. Yeah,
he was the
okay.
CM Punk of his generation.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about Piper.
I think he's definitely number 3. I think it wasn't as technical as Punk or Rock, but I think he's my number 3.
Other ones up there that I forgot to mention: Ric Flair. He could put on the great
Ric Flair could, yeah, definitely.
and Dusty Rhodes.
See, I never saw any of his promos or anything.
Look up Hard Times. Look up Hard Times promo, and you'll see why. It embodies what a great promo should be.
Yeah.
And when most people, ooh, you good? My ankle?
Yeah.
What?
No, yeah.
When most wrestlers get ready for a promo, they think about Hard Times. That promo.
Yeah.
It's an all-time great promo, probably the best promo of all time, right next to CM Punk's Pipe Bomb, I think. Another WWE coach. So stay on the WWE's topic. Oh, this is just a WWE topic video. No, it's everything. Just we got other ones.
This is just a long ass
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Most infamous WWE moment you remember that you've watched, not going back and watching.
Okay, that I've seen.
That you have seen in your lifetime. That not going.
Okay.
Taker and Mankind don't count because you weren't alive for that.
I understand. Just so you guys know, I keep checking my phone because I'm checking the live stream to make sure that it's going good.
Yeah.
I'm not like trying to.
Yeah. And I keep getting up to check to see if
asshole,
everything's good as well.
We definitely need to fix that camera angle.
I think it's fine.
I look like a little dude.
Like, your boy, what's the other one? We have one person watching, we have one like. Hey, it's probably Spidey.
Yeah, but no, but if we get like a tripod or something, just something stupid.
Maybe if I move back a little bit.
Just like change spots.
Yeah.
Just like play musical chairs.
See if that's better.
Live stream chairs. Indubitably.
So, most infamous WWE moment that you have ever witnessed.
Alright. Let's see. It's definitely not worse. I think.
Let me see.
Shit, whatever.
Yeah. It's the same. Okay, whatever. Don't
Whatever.
matter.
Just, it's the first video.
Whatever, it don't matter.
We'd get like a cheap tripod or something.
Yeah. Anyways.
So, most memorable moment.
That you remember.
See, here's the thing. When I was in the WWE, and I...
Not many big moments.
I watched like the shit out of that. Didn't... When I was watching WWE, I didn't witness any big moments because I was only watching for a period of time. Now, I was watching again at the time when you had what was it, the corporation or whatever?
Oh,
when they started
the authority,
coming,
yeah.
the authority, that's what it was.
Oh, the authority.
So I saw that storyline, or at least a good portion of it. The biggest moment I remember, and again, I didn't see this, but I like watched the Raw after Mania when Daniel Bryan got the WWE Championship, and then I believe it was Randy Orton came in, cashed it in.
Oh, it was at SummerSlam.
Yeah,
SummerSlam.
That's what.
Yeah,
where Triple H was the special referee, and he
turned heel,
and then he just fucked him up.
Oh man.
So even though I didn't see it necessarily, I watched everything around it, so I just kind of count that. And so, because I wasn't paying no damn $10 or however much it is to watch a pay-per-view,
60.
60. Oh.
And that SummerSlam is. We've talked about why that SummerSlam's important.
So,
and stuff.
But anyway, I count it as me seeing it anyway because I watched everything around it and I saw the storyline unfold. So that's probably the most memorable thing that I saw was that turn of Triple H and Randy Orton getting the titles. Because then after that, you had the WWE Heavyweight Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship and stuff like that, which was a it
was okay. I liked Randy Orton and stuff, so I think overall it worked well.
Either way, that was a big turning point in the company. So,
most memorable moment. There's 3 for me, I think.
Okay.
One is the end of an era. The Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania 28, The Undertaker versus Triple H with Shawn Michaels special guest referee. After The Undertaker wins in 50 minutes, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels help Triple H up to the top, and they all hug each other because it's the end of the Attitude Era.
Yeah.
Their era. That's really memorable.
Yeah.
Another one, Undertaker and Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 26. After the Undertaker beats Shawn Michaels' career is over.
You saw this?
Mm-hmm. All this on pay-per-view and everything. And it was Shawn Michaels saying goodbye. At the time, he was one of my all-time favorites. Still one of my all-time favorites today. And he's saying goodbye. But for me, the most memorable, Shawn Michaels versus Ric Flair WrestleMania 24. Where Shawn Michaels looks at Ric Flair and Ric Flair's like, come on, end it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I love you. Sweet chin music, 1, 2, 3. Ric Flair in the middle of the ring crying. Then at the next night, where it's the big celebration, like the goodbye, the retirement for Ric Flair, and everyone's coming on and everything. I think the Ric Flair retirement thing is the most memorable thing I've ever watched on WWE. It's a tie between those three, but I think Ric Flair takes the
Okay.
for me personally.
Okay.
There's also where Shawn Michaels goes for the moonsault at WrestleMania 25, and Taker grabs him for the tombstone.
Yeah.
That is one of the best reversals of all time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hell yeah. Or where Triple H mocks the Undertaker in their WrestleMania 27 match and take Triple H tombstones Undertaker. I'm like, what? And then Taker kicks out. I'm like, what? So yeah, I think Ric Flair number 1, Michaels number 2, and then the end of an era number 3. So I think for memorable moments, I think that's how it would go for me.
So I have one more WWE question.
And as do I.
Okay. And then that'll be the last of those. Finally. Finally.
The
Rock
big boys have come
has stopped asking WWE questions.
yeah, that was so bad.
That was botched. I'm the best on the mic.
I am the one, I weigh a ton.
That's disgusting.
Hey, it works though.
Hey, big boys, I'm the one, I weigh a ton.
Big boy podcast go woo on a bitch.
Big boy podcast go eat some food on a bitch.
Dude, I need food.
Food? We gotta get food after this.
Dude, yeah.
Got
I got
pizza.
I got broccoli in the fridge. I gotta eat healthy.
Oof.
Yeah.
Alright, so any
Big boy
celebrity...
podcast about to be Slim Boy podcast.
About to be not so big boy podcast.
Dude, yeah. Go follow me on Instagram, the Not So Slim Shady.
Don't do that.
Yeah, hey, shut up.
So, any celebrity that you'd like to see either make a career in WWE or at least just make an appearance in WWE?
Any celebrities, so I can do sports as well.
You do sports, you can do music, you could whatever, just a famous person to make a career or at least make an appearance in WWE.
Mr. T already had a stint in WWE, so not stunner. Yeah.
Stunner. He already had a stunner.
I would throw out McGregor.
That would be, that'd be cool.
LeBron James.
Because McGregor dog shit. Yeah.
McGregor and LeBron James I'd throw out there.
LeBron James just like...
He's 6'8" and 280.
Lanky
He's
dude.
perfect for the WWE. Vince McMahon's like knit over him.
Dude, he's like a big sweaty man.
Dude, he's a... Vince McMahon likes big sweaty men, dude. Seriously.
Dude, he doesn't even look to it. He looks so lanky.
Dude, but he's
like large.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. We should have him on the podcast.
LeBron James.
He would.
The newest Los Angeles Lakers. You know that's my favorite team.
Hey.
If you ever want to come on the Big Boys podcast, just DM me.
He could like make dwarf all of us.
Dude, he would. Come on, LeBron. Come on.
He'd make us all look like not so big boys.
Dude. Yeah.
We'd look like small boys in comparison.
Yeah. I think LeBron and McGregor are my two. In terms of
Shaq would make us all look like small boys.
Shaq in the WWE, Shaq and Big Show. Yeah, we kind of already.
We haven't seen it yet, though. We haven't seen it yet. We haven't seen the match.
Yeah, we saw them like have a stint in like a battle royal, but nothing too extreme.
Nothing that we want to see.
In terms of music, if I had to pick a music.
Oh, dude, M just being like a small boy in the WWE.
Him and Rey Mysterio.
Eminem and Rey, they're basically the same dude.
Yeah, M's finally taller than someone. Eminem taller than someone. Knit.
Eminem being short.
But in terms of someone in music,
big pun. He's dead though.
That's hard. I don't know, dude. Like in terms of music, The Game.
He would fit in well.
He's 6'4" and like 250 build. I'm pretty sure.
Something like that. He's like 230. I don't know.
He's somewhere around there.
He's like a decent sized guy.
Him or 50 in his prime, dude.
Dude, Prime 50 in the WWE would be the greatest thing
Prime
ever.
50 versus Bobby Lashley. Bucket,
No,
dude.
Penny Pass.
Pretty fast.
In terms of, like, for me, who I'd like to see, I think LeBron would be he'd be a good pick. I want to see Big Show and Shaq.
Dude, that'd be so good,
fucking
man.
bad.
Barbecue chicken in the paint.
Pass the ball.
Pass the ball, Kobe.
Pass the ball. Show.
Pass the ball, Cena.
Show and Shaq.
Yeah.
The Big Shaq.
The Shaq Show.
Big Shaq.
Big Shaq.
But so no, but really, I'd like to see that. I could see LeBron. I'll side with that. I would like to see.
Oh, that's might be some like Carrot Top or something.
Dude, Carrot Top. Dude, I'd like to see Robert Downey Jr.
That would be on the mic. He'd be
like CM Punk.
Dude,
he'd be like a CM Punk type guy on the mic. I'd like to see him just purely for his mic, his presence, that Tony Stark type of character that he can build really easily.
I like that.
I think that would be really, again, kind of a CM Punk-esque theme. I'd also like to see Tyler the Creator. Okra.
Chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget. I like to see Lil Pump.
Yeah. Have him go up against like Undertaker.
And go up against Lil Xan.
Have him go against Stone Cold.
Have him.
The one time Cena put someone over is Lil Pump.
Yeah. No, he'd kill his mumble rap career with his one album that he made.
Dude, Cena's one album, You Can't See Me, is the greatest rap album of all time.
Top 10
rap albums of all time.
Top 10 rap albums of all
Top
time.
1 rap album of all time.
In all seriousness, though, I'm trying to think of one more. Conor McGregor, I'll side with that too. That would be cool. And I think there's a rumor with that at one
there
point.
is, because him and Lesnar were going at it.
Dude, I'd like to see McGregor just like kick the shit out of Lesnar.
Oh, I would love that.
Trying to think.
Anyone from music?
That's what I'm trying to think. Like people from music that I'd like
Low
to see.
key Royce.
Low key.
Because he's like built, dude.
Yeah, he's like short, but he's built.
But
yeah.
like still.
I mean, not short like
he's
to the average person,
yeah,
but
he's an average.
he's short compared to WWE
standards,
wrestlers.
But still, like.
He's not a big sweaty man.
I low-key would like to see.
No, I'd like to see Peyton Manning.
I'd like to see King Gordy.
I'd like to see King Gordy. He can just like
Big
sit
Daddy
up.
V, is that you?
He's dead though.
Rest in peace, Big Daddy.
Rip. Who else?
Rip Fletcher. Damn it, dude! I'm going to hell, dude. Damn it. I'm going to hell, dude. Dude, okay.
No, dude, biggest celebrity I'd like to see go into WWE is Johnny Rudisil.
Dude, I'd love to see Spidey go to.
Yeah, dude.
Come on, Spidey. I know you're watching this.
Dude,
Come on.
You gotta get into WWE.
Check the action.
Dude, I'm trying to think of like music people that I'd like to see.
Marilyn Manson.
Dude,
that'd be pretty cool though.
He'd be like Marilyn Manson and Undertaker.
Dude, oh, no one's watching anymore. We have a like. Oh shit.
Or and Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson and Bray Wyatt. He can just like be on stilts and suck his own dick for a little bit. And...
My next WWE questions from the just to get rid of that real quick. Yeah, just have to suck his dick. Just like,
so he'll put him over.
Yeah, he's bending over to suck his dick. Anyways, my next question.
Anyway, it's like I'll put you over.
Most underutilized.
You're crying, dude. I swear. That's great.
Most underutilized talent in WWE history.
Okay.
Eugene.
I think probably like either Jack Swagger or Ryback. I think those two could have been, or Bad News Barrett, Wade Barrett. I think one of those three.
I'm a dumbass, dude.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. Damn it, Betty.
Damn it, Betty. I can't do a country accent.
Your answer's gonna really surprise you. Your answer's gonna really surprise you. Yeah.
I'm a little surprising right now.
My answer's gonna really surprise you.
I think your answer's really gonna surprise you.
Yeah.
I think my answer is really gonna surprise me. Um,
Yeah.
so I think, I think one of those three. I think it doesn't really need to be explained. I mean, especially Jack Swagger. I mean, he had like a good run for a while, and then
Yeah.
Cesaro was like, "Nah, fam."
Yeah.
And now he's with Sheamus. Sheamus is underutilized too. Now that I think about it,
Yeah, he
he
is.
could have had a really. I mean, he did have a good one. He was one of my favorites for a while.
Mhm.
He could have had a really, really good run, and then Vince is like, "You're not big and sweaty enough," and so we didn't really get to see a whole lot from him.
For me, it's CM Punk. Most underutilized.
I thought he was very utilized though.
Never made it in any of the big shows. Never did. Match quality was great. Was easily overlooked by the company though. In terms of he could have a great storyline with anyone, but the people in front of him was John Cena and The Rock, always.
No, John Cena, go ahead and kill another career.
But in terms of that Undertaker and CM Punk match, great storytelling and a great match got overshadowed by John Cena and The Rock. Because the match wasn't good, Cena and The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
The storyline, whatever, but it was Cena and The Rock overshadowing Punk. Punk, in my opinion, is most underutilized, and WWE's medical staff is the reason he left and everything.
Yeah.
If they were going to do something big, he would have ended the Authority run. Him and Bryan would have ended the Authority run at that WrestleMania. Him and Daniel Bryan would have won.
Dude, if you get Austin in on it,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be a pretty great angle. Yeah,
They-
okay, that's fair.
I think Punk, in my opinion, while yes, he's one of the top guys, he's one of the most underutilized as well, I think. And that's sad. He eventually, I'm telling you, he eventually will come back to WWE. It's a matter of time.
He's already said that he's not going to.
Goldberg said he was never coming back to WWE, and Brock Lesnar said he was never coming back to WWE, and Batista said it as well, along with Bobby Lashley. And guess what happened? They eventually do come back because money's in the way. He's not a fan of Triple H or Vince, but you know who will get him back? Shane. Shane will get him back. Because
Shane's smart.
Punk said he has no problem with Shane. It's Triple H and Vince. Triple H puts out a good product though. He runs NXT, and NXT is great.
Yeah,
But behind the scenes, he seems to be a dick.
I believe that.
Shane will get Punk back, and Punk will come back.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. I'd like to see him come back. Punk's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But yeah, okay, that's fair.
I think they could have easily made him the face.
It could have been, yeah.
If you're looking at,
And depending on who you ask, he
Mhm.
was. But I think that he could have been even
well,
more
I
so.
think while yes, he was the best wrestler of the PG era, he wasn't that face because of course Cena was the face.
Yeah, yeah.
And stuff. I think they could have easily made him the face of the PG era. Have him and Cena be co-faces. But even then, Cena was just outshined Punk.
Yeah, that's just what he does. Yeah, and that's why I don't like him.
But overall, I think Punk is the most underutilized. And right now, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are becoming underutilized, and I don't like that. I love them. Great talent is going to waste, and I don't like it. So I think we're off WWE
All right,
now.
finally.
Oh,
Finally!
yes, man. Okay,
Dude,
and
that
anyways,
was easily an hour of
Yeah.
WWE.
Anyways, if you're just joining us, please like, comment, subscribe for the Big Boys Podcast. Again, we're just going over 15 topics. For
15
you,
questions.
15 questions for you guys to get to know us better and for us to get to know each other better. We just got through the WWE portion of it. Damn.
Ugh.
But anyways, here we
Ow, my
you
shin.
good? Okay. Anyways, for you.
All right. Moving on. All right, top 3 minds in rap.
Minds and rap. All time.
Yeah. Top 3 minds in rap.
Suge Knight. Dr. Dre.
And this is in order?
No order.
Oh,
No.
just
Dre's number 1.
Okay.
Forgive me, the creator of Def Jam. I forget his name.
We'll look it up real quick.
Let me look it up real quick. Dre, the creator of Def Jam, and Suge Knight. Suge Knight, P. Diddy's within there. You can throw M in there. I don't know about top 5, maybe top 10, maybe. But I think Dre's 1, Def Jam creator number 2. I think for me personally, I do think Suge Knight at least. Yeah.
Creator of Def Jam. Just say creator of Death. Rick Rubin and Russell Simmons.
There you go.
So,
I think
Okay.
those are your three, because if you didn't have Def Jam, you really don't have rap.
okay, I'll agree with that. In fact, I'll agree with your whole list. I put Dre at 1, probably the creator, the
Def
two
Jam
dudes
creators.
at 2, and then Suge Knight at 3. I think
P. Diddy deserves an hour.
P. Diddy, yeah, I put him at 4 because he did put East Coast essentially on the map.
Kanye and Jay-Z are in there, though. Kanye for individual
Yeah.
career, because he...
Well, Kanye and Jay-Z both in terms of individual
for individual
career.
career, because they made the smart moves.
Yeah.
Kanye...
Well,
didn't know
Jay-Z's
what
a businessman.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
But
that's why I put him there.
I think overall,
Yeah.
those are my three.
Yeah.
I think you don't... For Dre...
In fact, I'd almost trade Suge Knight for P. Diddy. Just because Dr. Dre basically created West Coast, and
Mhm.
P. Diddy basically created East Coast.
Suge Knight made Pac.
Yeah, but that's all he made.
But Pac is the biggest sensation in rap history.
But that's the only thing he made.
He marketed...
And Big is
mar-
arguably
he-
the biggest sensation. It depends on who you ask.
You think of rap...
I know,
Which
but
leads
I'm
me
just
to one
saying
of my
though.
questions, but for me, you think of rap, you think of Pac, and that deserves credit.
But Dre also helped Pac too.
Yes, don't get me wrong, that was, but pre-California Love, pre-California, that '95 time frame, pre-California Love.
Yeah.
For me, I think it's Knight. Again, that's my opinion. Your opinion might differ.
I guess again I'm
And
gonna
again-
leave it as is because I don't know. That's like wishy. I guess I'll give Suge Knight that upper hand, but it's hardly an upper hand for me.
Yeah,
I mean, if Big and Pac traded places, then it'd be P Diddy. You know,
I think
and Big again. It really depends on who you ask. But
we'll get to that later on in the episode.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree with your list for now.
Mhm. You want to drink water, Mountain Dew, something?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Good.
So,
Interruptions.
all right, cool. I mean, Dre, obviously number 1. He has to be. I mean, he's put so many people on the map. He's had minimal flops outside of Hitman.
Yeah, that was.
But everything else, everything else was a success.
Forgot about Jim Ward. Forgot about Hitman.
Forgot about Dre. More like Hitman never really got forgotten about because he never got remembered in the first place.
But
But
Dre is
yeah.
the undisputed number 1. I think you can even throw the careers of Def Jam in number 1. I think those are you can flip flop.
Yeah, but they didn't do as much as Dre. That's the problem. And
For
they started
creating
it. It's the argument like, you know, who's better versus who, you know, who do you think of kind of thing. Again, I put him at number 2 just because yes, they did essentially start the genre, but they didn't put as many people into the genre. Because the fact of the matter is, you can have a genre of music, but if it doesn't have the names, it doesn't have the people in it, then you don't really have anything.
Well, look at the Beastie Boys. I believe they were part of Def Jam. I believe.
Again, you have to have the names. You know what I mean? And,
Well,
and I'm not saying that Def Jam doesn't have any names, but I'm saying Dr. Dre has more names.
Well,
And
Def
he's made the right moves. Def Jam essentially, in a sense, passed the torch to Dre. In a way, you know, that's a very
That's a debate. That's
that's an
bold,
extremely
debatable.
rough thing, and I'm almost regretting saying it already. But you get my point though. I think Dre is at number 1, and I think Def Jam's a close number 2, and I think Suge Knight only because of Pac.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Pac, I can't even put Suge Knight up there because he was just a piece of shit.
Yeah, he
let's
was.
be honest.
I'll agree with you.
He was just a shitty person, possibly killed Pac and Big,
Yeah.
or at least Big. That's stemming into a whole other argument, a whole other controversy, which we might do a spotlight on that. But we'll do spotlight on but
that.
I think again, if it wasn't for Pac, Suge Knight wouldn't even be up there.
Okay.
There's no way. But because he had Pac, that's the only reason why I'll consider him. But P Diddy's a close number 4 because of Big, and that's easy to debate, flip flop one way or the other. You know, one of them they could trade places. I think.
When you think of rock and rap, Who's the one person that comes to mind for both? So
Yeah.
you know mine. I'm gonna just do mine ramble on real quick because I already said my rap.
And I,
The one
yeah.
man you think, undisputed. I don't think anyone can tell you otherwise. Rap, you Pac right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
No offense to Big, no offense to M, no offense to Jay-Z and all the other ones. It's just undisputed, I think.
And I agree with you. I think, yeah. You think of rap. Tupac is rap. Gangster rap was the golden age of rap, and Tupac was one of, if not the biggest player in gangster rap.
In terms of rock, there's a lot of names. You can throw Queen, you can throw Pink Floyd, you can throw in Prince, you can throw in Bowie, you can throw in the Rolling Stones, you can throw in the Beatles. You can throw in...
I'll go ahead and tell you who it is.
Oh, by far. I'm
Elvis.
Yeah, it's Elvis
Elvis Presley is the man you think of when you think of rock.
You know, rock AC/DC. Yeah.
Or AC. I mean,
You can... Debatable. If you're looking at group,
that's getting
it's
closer to heavy
AC/DC,
metal, though.
but still the genre of rock.
I think it's still Elvis.
Yeah. If you're looking at group, it's AC/DC or the Beatles. If you're looking at individual,
You're thinking who is rock? Elvis.
Elvis
Everybody's
by
gonna
far.
say it. And so I think, you can go into groups, you can go into subgenres, but we'll just say for now, Elvis Presley is rock essentially.
so nice easy question.
Yep.
So now
I think most people, it's a pretty, like you said, undisputed kind of.
it's very broad and simple, nothing.
All right, and then you get my philosophical ass over here. You know,
That's shit past the torch to Dre. Yeah, the
Gaboosh. You know, whatever. It be what it be.
Ric Flair drip.
Rip Flair drip.
Ric
Rip
Flair.
my.
Ric Flair rip.
Okay, cease those actions.
Yeah.
Is Eminem in his prime, or is he out of his prime? Is he on his way out? Is he on his way in?
Well, we had this conversation earlier,
And that's why I kind of decided to go ahead and include it.
I think because you're talking about revival, aren't you? Because all revival.
I'm talking about his career as a whole.
Well, his career as a whole, his prime. Geez, almost a 20-year prime. Yeah, he started in like what 90s.
Oh,
His
depends
prime,
on how you want to look at
his
it. yeah.
prime for me started in '99 with the Slim Shady LP. Just branches into the Marshmallows LP, the Num show, and then he kind of went a little bit downhill with Encore and Relapse, but he kicks it back with Recovery. You ask me, and Marshmallows LP too. Then Revival comes around, and everyone's saying, "Oh, M's lost it. He's lost it all." But then Chloroseptic remix, and then Caterpillar.
Yeah.
I don't think all the Revival was bad. I don't think it's his worst album at all. I don't think it's one of the worst rap albums of all time. No, it's just not my type. I like Castle. I love A Rose. I like River. I like Walk on Water. I think, is he in his prime? Yeah, he's still in his prime, I think. I think he is. Is he on his way up? No, it just depends on what the next album is, I think. Because he will release the next album. It's pretty much a for sure thing.
Okay, so you're basically giving me my answer.
I think
You're basically giving me my answer.
he's still in his prime. I can see where people are saying he's out of his prime. Oh, Revival, but you cannot say he's out of his prime because of Revival.
To me, I think again you're kind of giving me my answer back to me that I gave earlier. I think to me, and I'm gonna change mine a little bit. I think I'm still sticking with whether my personal decision on whether or not he's in or out or on his way out is going to be based on his next big release, his next big album that he releases. I think that if he can manage to release at least a little above average album,
If it's
then he's
like
in good
recovery
shape.
level.
If it's recovery level or above, he's good.
Yeah, he's good.
He's at least, he might be on his way out, but just he's not like
Yeah.
halfway out. He's like
Yeah.
a fourth of the way out. You know what I mean? And then of course, if he releases anything lower than that, I think he's on his way out. But I think because M is so inconsistent,
Mhm.
I agree that you cannot judge off of Revival whether he is or isn't out of his prime. because he is just inconsistent like that. You can't judge off one album. I think it's going to take at least 1 or 2 more albums to really judge where he is, where he stands in his career.
Because you look, people thought he was out of his prime after Encore, and then Relapse hits, and they think they're really out of his prime because it was his 2 worst albums.
Yeah.
But then Recovery hits, and like, oh, this is a breath of fresh air. I like this. And then Marshmallow's LP2 hits, like, oh my, we love this.
So that's what I'm saying. I think it's going to take at least another 1 or 2 albums to really judge. So again, because he's so inconsistent, I'm not going to judge off Revival. Yeah. Revival was not his best work by any means.
But it wasn't bad. Like, all the way bad, it wasn't.
It wasn't his worst work.
Yeah.
But it was not his best either.
Yeah.
It has, like, a few good songs.
Yeah, I would say.
It has its strong points, but it has more weak points than strong points.
I think, while yes, Revival might not be his best album, it might be one of his most memorable. There we go. There you go. Because of the messages.
Yeah.
Think of the messages. And with Ed Sheeran, I like the Ed Sheeran track. I love it. The Beyonce track, I love it. But I think it'll be one of his most memorable because it's one of his most talked about.
My hope for him is that I think he, again, it had its good tracks, and it had its tracks where it could have been good, but it was just so it felt like it was produced really quick.
Chloroseptic is a perfect example.
Chloroseptic, I think, I don't know, like Framed or something like that. Like, the concept behind it is decent, but it just wasn't executed right.
See, I like Frame.
To me, it's one of those songs that's so bad it's good.
It reminds me of the Some Shady Person, like, hey, I'm gonna kill you and all this type of stuff.
But it's not.
I love that.
That's what I'm saying. The concept behind it is good, but the execution isn't there. So my hope is, and then you have like your Untouchable tracks and things like that, where he just totally is like, hey, political views, and I'm like, hey, I don't want that, you know. And some people like that, and to each his own. Yeah. But for me personally, it's like, hey, I don't give a shit what you think politically. I just want to hear the music. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that he got, kind of in a way, he got that out of his system. And so that way the next album that he puts out can be good quality Eminem, Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers.
Well, I think a big reason, I don't think it's necessarily the quality of the album. I don't think, because it sounded garbage. I don't think saying...
But that is quality. If it sounds like shit, the
I don't
quality's
think it's
bad.
like that. I don't think it's like that. I think a reason not many people like it is because a lot of the pop artists were on there. Eminem, your rapper, work with other rappers. He's going to work with Fresher, that's going to be good. And then Fresher's just the chorus. Come on. If he worked with Royce on one of the tracks and Fresher didn't have if 2 Chainz's verse from the Chloroseptic remix was on the original Chloroseptic, which it was supposed to be, then they cut it out for some reason. If Fresher's and 2 Chainz's verse was in the original Chloroseptic track, I think the album would be a lot better. I think if you keep that Sharon track in there, keep the Beyonce track in there, because those are 2 good tracks, you ask me. Take the Kalani track out of there, Nowhere Fast, throw in one with Royce. I think the album will be better received because he's working with a lot more rap artists, I think.
To me, and other people might be doing that, I don't really know. They might be, they might not be. I'm not watching other people. I'm watching what I personally think. I try to not let other people influence me a whole lot, in my opinion. To me, it was not a matter of him working with pop artists or anything like that. That's cool. As long as it works, as long as it just works well, like the Ed Sheeran track. Yes, that's 2 totally different spectrums of music, but it worked. So as long as it works, I don't give a shit who it is. But I think it was not the quality of it. It sounded like shit. It just doesn't, the quality was not there at all. And that was my big problem with it.
Some of those tracks did sound off.
Most of them sounded off.
I don't know about that, because, the tracks that did not sound off.
Just look at it, though. His flow was off. The beats sounded, just the sound quality of the beats sounded like shit. And,
Okay, Walk on Water, I think that was worked well.
That was good.
Believe. I think that
That
worked
was
well.
that was like an
For him,
that was an 8 out of 10 to me.
But Walk on Water still like an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 and stuff.
But I mean, to me, like you look at Believe, like the chorus, it doesn't, something about it. It just doesn't sound right.
But that's a traditional Eminem singing chorus, though. Look at Beautiful. He sings on, and the quality's not good because he's singing. If he didn't sing it, it'd be better.
But it's not a matter of him singing though. I'm not talking about his voice. I'm talking about the shit in the background. It's like, you still believe? It's like, and I'm like, what the fuck? I
never heard. I haven't heard that. So
maybe I'm fucking up. But my point is, I just think that the quality wasn't there.
So we have Walk on Water. We have Believe, which I think two very good produced tracks. I think Chloroseptic Beat worked well. I just think
he just didn't execute it right the first time. The second time he did it right.
I think I liked his lyrics, just the flow was not there.
Well, I think it was just it didn't mesh well.
Yeah. So
again, good concept, not execution.
I think the beat of Framed is fantastic. You asked me, I love the Framed beat.
I think the beat's okay. I think the rapping isn't bad.
Oh, the rapping is not.
Framed.
I love that. I love that. Dude.
Like again, to me, it's so bad it's good.
I love it.
And I think that's kind of what you're getting to, is that it's so bad that it's good kind of thing.
Castle, arguably the best track off of Revival. A Rose, arguably another one of the best tracks off Revival. Look at River, again, good quality. There's 16 songs on the album. So Walk on Water, and for me, Walk on Water, Believe, Framed, Castle, Rose, River, Chloroseptic. It was good quality, just his rapping part I don't think worked out well. The beat, if we're talking beat wise. Is that good? Is that like breaking or anything?
Whatever, I don't know.
I don't want this to break.
Well, shit, I don't know.
Yeah. So there's already 8 right there out of 16, that's half. Look at Encore. Damn near every song on there's quality was ass, the production was bad, the flow was off, it wasn't Eminem. You have your Mockingbird in there, your When I'm Gone, and your doing shit on there, but
yeah.
I think
again, it's not his worst work, but it's definitely not his best.
And I will agree with you.
So I think again, with the next album or two, I think it's just those things in there.
I'm gonna check the thing real quick. But as you were saying,
the joints that hold it up, I think they're just.
As you were saying, we're good. We are.
Is what it is.
Good.
Cool. Yeah, I think the next album or two that he puts out is going to be my judgment call personally.
Okay.
Assuming that he even puts out two.
I think he will.
I hope so. I want to see what he can bring. Because I like him.
If he can do an album where it's like Chloroseptic Remix, Chloroseptic Remix, where he's fire. 24/7 on that album.
Yeah. Then he's definitely still in his prime. Or if he's on his way out, he's not too far out.
Now, here we go. Question for you.
All right.
Most underrated talent in rock. And know your answer.
I don't think you do.
Really?
Because I don't know my answer. I got to think about it for a second.
I thought that would be the one.
They're definitely one of them. Either STP, I mean... Shit, you did know my answer. Yeah, I think for me, definitely STP. Because they were never for the critics. I mean, they got MTV award for the best new band. So it's not like they've never had recognition, but
it wasn't enough.
It was not enough. It's not what they deserved.
Yeah.
Again, Scott Weiland, rest in peace, one of the greatest vocalists of rock, in my opinion. If you look at it, you look at his range, different albums he did, his solo work, his work with STP, his work with, I think his Beautiful Bastards, I think was one of the bands that he had. Scott Weiland and the Wildabouts. I mean, and that was more towards the end of his life, so it's not the best work because his brain is just totally fucking fried. Nonetheless, if you look at his range, he was an extremely talented, and the whole band was talented. I mean, I talk about him because the lead singer is usually kind of the face of the band. But I mean, Dean DeLeo, Robert DeLeo, both talented individuals, and so Eric Kretz, great drummer. So I think that the band as a whole, was extremely talented, and they did do work with Chester Bennington,
Mm-hmm.
and he wasn't bad, but I didn't particularly care for it. And it wasn't even him; it just wasn't STP to me.
Yeah.
You know, it just wasn't the same. I don't think it was bad work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a little more produced than I personally care for, and you know me, I usually like the more down to earth type
Yeah.
stuff. But I could see why somebody would like it.
Yeah.
I guess is my point. It wasn't my taste. It wasn't my style. It was not STP.
Yeah.
Again, it's like Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. It's
Yeah.
an entirely different group. It has a similar sound. You know, it's there, but I don't personally care for it. But yeah, Scott Weiland again, one of the most talented vocalists in rock, very overlooked. The whole band is very overlooked, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that critics didn't like him. The people liked him, but the critics didn't, and that just kind of created a bit of a barrier.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd say STP is probably one of, if not the most overlooked rock talents to me.
For me, it comes down to two.
That's Stone Temple Pilots. I kept saying STP. Stone
Yes.
Temple Pilots.
For me, it's two. Bowie is very underrated.
Okay.
He's very overlooked.
Okay.
I think the one that's major is Prince.
You think Prince is overlooked? Okay.
People remember him for Purple Rain, and that's it.
Well, but look at STP. When Scott Weiland died
Mm.
in 2015, late December 2015, nobody knew about it.
When
But
Prince,
when Prince died, news stations were covering it. Everybody was covering it.
But people were trashing Prince when he died. Oh, he wasn't that good. He was over. Oh, he wasn't that
And
good.
Weiland got no
everything.
recognition ever.
But getting no recognition is better than getting recognition through just hate and spewing hate. For me personally, I'd rather get no recognition than getting recognition based off hate when I didn't deserve the hate.
Well, but see, the thing is, though, when you
pe-
get recognition for hate, that means that you succeeded.
Not necessarily. The public eye doesn't. But you're dead. You don't care anymore. The public eye doesn't think so. Public eye could care less. You're dead. You could care less.
But
Look,
what was he getting hate for?
he was getting hate for because he wasn't that talented, and we know that's bullshit. Look at the '80s. You asking me who rocked the '80s? It's Prince. Everyone's gonna tell you Michael Jackson. When he was rocking the '90s, I can tell you he was rocking the '90s. No, he was not. Even in the 2000s, he put out the best Super Bowl halftime performance of all time, and it gets overlooked because it wasn't flashy. Oh, it's not like a Beyonce or Lady Gaga where they're coming off the ceiling. Of course not. No, it's not. I think he's very overlooked by far. His talent is definitely overlooked. Oh, he did Purple Rain. Name a Prince song, Purple Rain. Can you name another one? Bet you none of them know Alphabet Street. Bet you none of them do. Bet you none of them know I Will Die For You.
And I'm not saying that Prince isn't overlooked, because I agree, to an extent he's definitely overlooked. But I think Scott Weiland and STP as a whole is even more overlooked. Just because, I mean, you know, I agree that I would rather get no attention than hateful attention. But the thing is, it's still attention that
But
STP didn't get at all. And Scott Weiland didn't get at all.
But it's hate. I cannot stand hate. When, for people...
But that's you personally.
Okay. But look at it. If I cannot stand when someone gets hate over just putting out their own thing. I may not agree with you, but I'm not going to just completely trash and hate you at all. I can't do that.
Critics hated STP because they put out what they wanted to put out.
But they were alive. But Scott Weiland was alive at the time. He was the... going to ask you, because you know about them more than I do.
Yeah.
He was the main thing in STP,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
He was alive at the time, and he could care less. When you're dead, of course, he could care less as well.
Yeah.
But they knew that they were one of the best at the time. Probably one of the best all time, in that matter. Well, yes, Prince did know it, but he still got hate. Oh, why aren't you listening to? Oh, you're the reason Michael Jackson went away and stuff. Bitch, no! That's bullshit. Oh, Michael would destroy you. And everything, just like he keeps getting all this hate and stuff. Oh, he's a raper. Michael. Anyways, I don't understand it at all.
And
For
again,
all the hate and the talent, like STP, no one knew the talents that he had. Not many people knew the talents that he had. Purple Rain album is by far, a top 5 rock album of all time. It's top 5 all time. And that's the only one that gets attention. Come on. Come on.
And-
Look at 1999.
But
Look-
it's still on top. STP doesn't have an album in the top 5.
And I would throw them as the most overlooked group and underrated group. But for me, personally, if you're looking at a specific rock artist, for me, it's Prince and Bowie. Principally. Again, look at Bowie. Put out all-time great albums. No one talks about him today. Like Prince puts out all-time great albums. Not really many people talk about that. Not people really talk
I think
about.
Bowie's more overlooked than Prince is.
I don't know about that because Bowie got more attention when he passed. And it was positive attention, though.
Well, either way, all three are extremely overlooked.
I will agree that those three
people.
are way overlooked.
Yeah, whether it's a group or a person,
Mhm.
either way,
Yeah.
you know, they're all three overlooked. I think in their own right, it's probably equals out.
Mm.
You know, again for me, you know, yeah, it's hate and it sucks and it's not deserved. I agree that it's not deserved on his end, but it's attention.
But
It's
hate.
not good
That's-
attention, but it's attention.
But it's hate.
It's
I'm saying it's hate.
it's attention.
Would you want to have STP get all this hate attention, getting trash thrown at their name of how bad they were?
I'm not saying I'd want it, but I'm talking about if you're looking at overlooked,
But if you want it,
the concept of overlooked. I'm not saying that I want it. I'm not saying it's deserved, but I'm saying if we are going off the concept of overlooked, not given any attention, STP is not given any attention.
I don't think Prince gets so much attention either. That's me personally.
But when he does,
It's hate,
but
though.
he-
It's bad hate.
yeah, but it's still attention.
It's hate attention. I'm just saying it's hate attention.
But the
And it's
concept,
bad.
the concept of what
But
we're
they're
looking at
over-
here.
but
No,
they're
no,
over-
no, no.
okay,
Listen to me.
Okay.
The concept. What is the definition of overlooked? Not given attention.
Okay.
Not looked to.
Okay. So they're over. Oh, so
It's nothing.
So they're giving attention to all the he's getting, but they're overlooking the good stuff that Prince put out.
But it's still attention. He's still getting attention.
But the good
STP is
stuff,
not getting
his
any
whole
attention,
career,
hate or good.
they're hating on the Prince name. They're overlooking his career. Like STP, they overlook the career and everything, and they even when they
They're overlooking the good and the bad and the everything.
same. But they're putting overlooking the good. You want to have all that attention towards the good, but they overlooked it for Prince.
But-
and when you throw hate into it as well, I think it just goes down right to that.
No, because
for me personally.
it's I think it's still getting looked at.
For me personally, if you're overlooking the good, you can get all the attention to hate. When you're overlooking the good, you're overlooking that whole person's career, and that's what it is. Look,
But
okay,
they're looking over STP's good and bad.
but you don't want to look over the bad. You want to look over the good. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just showing you why I think Prince is the most overlooked, and that's my opinion. You're not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I think that's why Prince. You would want to have Stone Temple Pilots not get any attention for them to get all this state attention. I think that's me personally. What's I would think. I know. For me personally, I'd rather have because Eminem's my all-time favorite. No duh. I think I'd rather have them get no attention than all this hate attention. Because I hate when they get hate. I hate when a lot of people get hate.
And I'm not saying that it's good and that I like it, but I think if you're looking at not looked, I think STP is just not looked at
No,
all.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not. Again,
All right. So
they're not mine.
next subject. Is it that was your question? So is rock and roll dead?
No. Think 21 Pilots. Think Fozzie's kind of in the mix. Think Panic at the Disco. I think even Linkin Park.
But it's not getting carried on though.
Yeah, it's not getting carried on, but it's going through a phase. It's a phase. I don't think it's dead at all, because if it were dead, 100.7 in Ohio. Is that a rock station? Oh, yes, it is. 98.5. Oh, that's a rock station.
But that's classic rock though.
But
It's
if
looking
if
back.
rock was dead, no more rock. If rock was dead,
Okay.
no more rock. Oh, Elvis Presley. Nope, Elvis Presley. Nope, you're done. No. It's going through a cycle, I think. And voice crack, though. But no, I think you can take 21 Pilots, you can take Imagine Dragons, you can take Panic at the Disco, you can take Fozzy. I like Fozzy a lot. A Day to
Imagine
Remember,
Dragons is hardly even rock though.
but they're still considered rock.
There's no guitar.
But they're still rock.
All right,
In
whatever.
in that aura of rock. And Linkin Park as well. You can thank them because they're still making it kind of popular though. When Muse, you could throw Muse in there. You can throw Papa Roach into there. You could throw Bad Wolves into there. I think there's still enough of rock where you or myself can like, okay, I like this. We can understand why this could be one of the best genres today. I think gets more. I think it's overlooked. The last conversation, I think it's like overlooked because rap is so prominent in our culture today.
I agree with that.
If it were completely dead, no more stations, no more classic rock stations, no more you go to Music Choice, nothing. Go on iTunes or Google Play, nothing. No YouTube, no nothing. That's not the case.
And I agree with pretty much everything you said. I think you might have included a few, like one or two bands aren't. It's arguable if they're in the rock genre or not.
21 Pilots and Imagine Dragons, am I correct?
I believe that 21 Pilots is. I think Imagine Dragons is iffy. I think I can see the argument for it. I can see the argument against it, and I'm not going to get into that. But I do include 21 Pilots. Imagine Dragons.
I consider them because it
could go. Again, I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
That's verging off topic. But everything else I agree with though. I think it is going through a phase. It is going through a time period because rap is more prominent. I don't, I can't see it being dead. I think that it's.
I want to give an example. Not to cut you off. Continue with what you were going to say. Before I go in.
I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, I just kind of agree with everything you said.
If rock and roll was dead.
Yeah.
Rock and roll was dead.
There would be no more stations and everything.
Linkin Park, who, when Bennington was still alive, was easily probably the best rock band at the time.
But I'm talking about today.
Even
this
today.
moment.
Okay. Go a year ago, which is still technically today, when Bennington was still alive. He, in his album, I forget what the album's called.
Oh, I'm disappointed in you.
Oh, dude, I can picture the cover.
I'm disappointed in you.
Oh, One More Light. There's a check in there called Too Good at Good Goodbyes, I think it is, and it has Pusha T on there, and he's a rapper. Linkin Park was reaching out to Eminem to work on the track.
Jay-Z, Encore.
Rock is prominent. A Day to Remember is one of my favorite rock group of all time. And you look at our school, at least once a day you'll see someone in a Day to Remember hoodie. Look at 21 Pilots.
I've seen it. I've seen
For me
Panic at the
personally.
Disco.
For me personally, I do see a lot of people wearing
I've
a
never seen a Day to Remember.
I see it all the time. I do.
I've never seen it.
I see it personally all the time.
I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying that I've never seen it.
I've seen Panic at the Disco, I've seen 21 Pilots, I've seen A Day to Remember. I think we're good. And Bad Wolves, the re-release of Zombie.
Never heard of them. Bad Wolves, never heard of them.
You never heard of them?
No.
They did a remake of Zombie. You've heard the remake.
Yeah,
Zombie.
I know Zombie. I don't know.
But there was
remake.
they did a
Bad
remake.
Wolves. I don't.
You've never heard of it. If you heard it, you would know.
I know Zombie.
But if you
The
heard
Cranberries, but I don't know.
If you heard the remake, you would know it is because the chorus, they had the deeper voice. I'll play it for you when over at the podcast is over. That's top charting right now.
Yeah, see, I haven't heard it. I haven't
It's
seen
top,
it.
it's top charting right now.
Nowhere.
So, if to see Rock was dead, none of that would be happening. People are waiting for Panic at the Disco's new album, or if it's already dropped, they're already all over it. I like Panic at the Disco. I like it. Me personally, I'm a fan of it. So, and to say that it's dead now, hell no. It's going to go through a phase. The next 20, 30 years, rock will be number one to rap's number two. That's what it's going to be like. Or rap will stay prominent, but then rock will slowly come in and be prominent right next to rap. I think it's all a matter of just one outshines the other. For right now.
Alright.
That's me personally. Okay. Let's see then. Which era of music is your favorite?
Which era? So,
A decade.
my favorite decade of music. Does it have to be for every genre or just each
Just
genre?
for both genres combined.
Okay. See, my favorite era for rock is different from my favorite era for rap.
Then you can go off that.
So my favorite era for rap is 90s. Hands down. Again, Big is my favorite, all-time favorite rapper.
Yeah.
You got a lot of Eminem's good work in the 90s, late 90s. What?
Nothing. Nothing. I just had a brain fart.
Okay.
I just had a brain fart.
Tupac, you know.
Okay. No, you rock.
And
Oh,
for rock,
I already know it. I'm pretty sure I do.
for rock, I'm gonna have to see, because my problem is I like music from every era. You know,
You like the hair bands, though.
I do like the hair bands, but I also like Led Zeppelin. I also like The Doors. I also like STP. You know, I mean I like
But
every.
for me, I think you would like. For me, I think you would like 80s more because a lot of the bands that you reference and stuff are a lot of the 80s bands and stuff.
I think I would have to go with 80s. Again, there are bands from every era
Mm-hmm.
that I like, but I'd have to go with 80s. That's kind of my mainstay. Yeah. And that's when a lot of the, I mean, STP got its start in, well, early 90s, but they formed in the late 80s. And,
Yeah.
a lot of the good thrash metal bands started in the 80s. So, I'd have to probably go with 80s, but there's definitely, again, The Doors, Led Zeppelin, you know, it spans to a pretty wide range. Velvet Revolver's early 2000s, so. But I'd have to say 80s for rock, definitely.
Mine's just Undisputed 2000s.
For both?
Yeah. For rock, real quick, Linkin Park, even Prince put out some stuff in 2000s. It's pretty good. Recommend checking it out.
His mainstay was in the 80s.
But yeah, so he still put out stuff in the 2000s, which was so good. Not notching that. Red Hot Chili Peppers, Foo Fighters, they put out good stuff in the 2000s.
Chili Peppers started in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know. Late
A
80s.
Day to Remember for me. Love A Day to Remember. So that's their Papa Roach, Muse, all that type of stuff. Again, I like the 90s bands, like Alice in Chains, like Pantera, like Nirvana, all that type of stuff, Metallica, but I like 90s rap. I do. I love Mobb Deep. I love Wu-Tang Clan. I love Big and Pac. I love the Tribe Called Quest. I can go on and on with my 90s. Something about 2000s.
Yeah,
You said Eminem's best work did come out in the 90s. It came out the 2000s because that's when the Marshmallows
I
LP.
said some of it.
But
Not all of it.
But most
some
of it came in the 2000s. Marshmallows LP and the Eminem show coming out in the 2000s.
My thing is, I like Eminem. I like him. I do. But I don't like him enough to change my whole
No, I know. I'm just saying.
thinking on things.
But I also like Jay-Z. Put out some great stuff. Nas put out good stuff in the 2000s.
Yeah.
50 Cent. When Lil Wayne, before Auto-Tune, he put out really good stuff. Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, all that type of stuff. So I think...
And I do have a similar affinity with rap that I do with rock that I span, but my concentration of things is in the 90s.
Outkast. I forgot Outkast. So I love Outkast from the
Outkast.
2000s, man. Even in the 90s, they were with the Clum and I, all one of the best overlooked albums. I think I do like 90s again, Bone Thugs and all that stuff. It's almost a tie. I gotta give that to 2000s because that's
the
when
90s
I
is like
grew
your
up.
really close second.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
That's me. So I think
And you're going with 2000s for
I'm
rock.
going for 2000s for rock, mainly because of Linkin Park and A Day to Remember.
That kind of figures. Yeah.
But yeah,
I thought you were gonna say 90s for rap, but I knew you'd say 2000s for rock.
2000s for me. Again, I love my 2000s rap. I love it. I love. Oh man, so I can even go 80s with rap with Rakim, man, and Slick Rick and Grandmaster Flash. You can. I could easily do
Beastie
that.
Boys.
Beastie Boys, NWA.
NWA. Yeah.
I could easily do that, but for me, 2000s is more the main.
All right. So my next question spans kind of from the last question that I asked, and so I saved a little bit of my analogy on rock being dead for this question because I kind of wanted to add on more, but it tailors more to this question.
Okay.
Does any music genre ever really die?
No.
And I have a really good analogy with this, but I want you to...
Rockabilly, you can say rockabilly died. That's current day country. That did not die. Jazz died. No, it's still prominent today. You can look at not much R&B.
Well, Drake.
J. Cole throws out some R&B stuff. Yeah, it's not dead in my book. Tyler's throwing out some R&B stuff. Tyler the Creator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his throwaway tracks recently, throwing out some R&B, jazz type vibes.
I think that's not died. The Johnny Cash country stuff died. No, it's still prominent today.
It's just in a different form.
Rock has died you can think one reason. One
We've already
reason,
been through that.
yeah, rock's not. Again, I'm just
We just
going,
went through that.
But going through it one more time, a big reason rock's not dead is Linkin Park, but you have to agree.
I just think it's funny because I know how much of a Linkin Park fanboy
But
you are.
you
So you're
have
taking
to-
every opportunity to.
But
mention it.
no. But you have to agree.
I agree.
From the 2000s?
I credit them for carrying it into the 2000s, but they're not putting out anything now.
Because the lead singer's dead.
But my point is, you can't give them credit for carrying it on now when they're not making music now.
Okay, Papa Roach is doing it now, Bad Wolves is doing it now, 21 Pilots,
There.
Panic at the Disco. There you
But
go. But I'm
that's
saying
what
for
I'm
the
saying.
strictly 2000s.
They carried into the 2000s, but now you can't give them credit for carrying it now because they're not.
But at the time when the lead Bennington was still alive, for 17 years they carried it. Going into rap. It wasn't really big in the 70s, and then it burst in the 80s and the 90s and 2000s. In about 2008, it was iffy with rap. Kanye West drops Graduation, and then it changes. So, I don't think any, maybe like orchestra type. If you're talking going back in the 1800s.
I'm gonna say that something on that too, but
If you're going to the 1800s, orchestra is not still alive. Look at movie soundtracks. All that is. Look at the Batman soundtracks with Hans Zimmer. Oh, he's no Mozart, obviously, but it's still orchestral type.
I'm gonna say something.
So you
on that.
can't say, oh, the orchestra type stuff because now it's movie soundtracks now. The rockabilly stuff, nope. The Chuck Berry stuff, nope. That's country, modern day country. I don't think that any genre of music does die. Now, subgenres I think die, like what is it? The Limp Bizkit type stuff.
Nu metal.
No, they had something. They had their own thing. I'm trying to remember it. They had their own thing. I'll have to get back to
Well,
that.
it's rap rock. It's nu metal. That's what it is, though.
But it's not new metal. It was not classified as
kinda
new
what
metal.
it was, though.
It was not classified.
It's kind of
It wasn't classified.
okay.
as
So
it.
they just did their own shit. I mean,
And
that's-
that did die. Yeah.
so Limp Bizkit died. Not any genre.
But
it was
I
Limp
think,
Bizkit.
but I think subgenres, yeah, they do die. I don't think the main genre though dies.
So, okay, so here's my thing, and this kind of goes back on what I said on rock before, because I was saying, and you were saying really, that it's going through a phase. I don't believe it's going through a phase. I believe that every genre, I agree that no genre dies, but I agree that every genre fades. I don't believe that it dies, I believe that it fades.
I'm at 15%. Whatever. My phone's at 15%.
Okay.
So we have to like wrap this up soon.
So,
After this question, we'll wrap it up.
okay, so I don't believe that any genre truly dies. I believe that it fades.
Yeah.
So, again, going back to your orchestra point, you look at, I mean, you're talking 1700s, and you fast forward, however long, and then you have Queen with Bohemian Rhapsody. That's very much an orchestra-based song. And of course, I mean, even that's, doing its own thing, but still, it carries on to an extent.
Yeah.
But it's severely faded from what it was, which
Yeah.
was like the rap of that time. So I believe rap, it includes some rock elements and whatever, and R&B and whatever else.
Yeah.
Even the subgenres, I don't think they die because they are still under that umbrella of whatever else. And so I believe that no genre dies, but it fades. And it fades severely.
Yeah.
I think rock is fading. I think that it's morphing into something else. Again, look at like 21 Pilots. That's not what you heard in the 90s,
Oh,
80s,
obviously,
70s,
yeah.
60s. But that's my point. It's still rock,
Yeah.
but it's fading severely from what it once
Yeah.
was. So, I think that's, and even rap is obviously, it's going through its own, maybe decline, so to speak.
Oh, it's not.
Where
it's almost at its all-time high right now because of
The
the
90s was
but
almost
the
all-time high.
popularity. Everyone's name is Lil. There's so much more diverse.
That's the low popularity, not
Well,
rap.
but I think
I
there's a lot
think it's
more.
at its all-time high now. in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
Not necessarily talent,
Oh, of course.
but in terms of popularity, it's at an all-time high. So I believe that every genre has its peak and its downfall, and that it doesn't die, but it fades severely.
I think that wraps it up for part 1.
Yeah, I think we're definitely gonna have to cut this into parts. So that's part
Yeah.
1, episode 1 of the Big Boy Podcast.
Yeah.
That's all we got for you guys today.
Be sure to check out episode 2, part 2, which we cover. Wait a minute. I gotta count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 more questions. Oh, jeez, we didn't even get through half.
So yeah, that's what we're looking at, guys. So be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe,
Anyways,
and
this has been Batting on Bats Room next to,
White and Mild.
and we hope to see you next time on the Big Boys Podcast. Thank you.
Spread love.
See ya. How do I stop this? There we go.
That's like.
Are you sure you